ഹലോ ഫ്രണ്ട്സ്, അപ്പോൾ ലൈവ് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട് ഇന്നത്തെ. കയറാൻ കുറച്ച് വൈകി. ഇന്ന് ടർഫിൽ കളി ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു, അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ലേറ്റായി. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ നേരെ നമ്മുടെ മാച്ചിലോട്ട് കിടക്കാം. ഇപ്പോൾ ഓപ്പണൻ്റ് കണക്ട് ആയിട്ടുണ്ട്. കളിയിലോട്ട് കിടക്കാം. ഓക്കെ, അടിക്കാം. എന്തായാലും കയറണം. ലാസ്റ്റ് ദിവസം
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And we're underway. Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proved positive that being a top-class centre-half isn't all about physicality and height. You know, he's only 5'9". He's imperious in the air. It just goes to show the importance of how he reads the game, the anticipation, the positioning.
Now it's Neymar. There's the delivery. Threads one in. This looks promising. He's one-on-one. Real chance. Goal!
Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
Barcelona are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Luis Suarez. Barcelona are behind here despite their domination of possession. And the shot's on hit. David Villa! Again in a trice, and they are soaring. Piercing piercing and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that.
It's Nedved! And that would have been some
മൂന്നാമത്
goal.
ഗോൾ മേടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാകും.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
And we have our very first corner. They've played it short. Shot, surely!
Oh shit.
And he looked every bit
Clear
the
on the
assured
edge.
keeper there.
Costa Curta really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
It's their second corner of the game. Roberto Carlos
Yo.
with the short. And the shots! Same again, same outcome.
Salah അതുവരെ പോയിട്ട് അവിടെ
They
മിണ്ടാണെന്ന്.
can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Roberto Carlos goes short. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. That is a great pick out. Look at the space here. There's the shot.
ഒന്ന് തിരിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്.
How very smart. He just got it right.
Drogba really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Mbappe!
റോഡ്രി എന്തോ ഒരു മാച്ച് കളി തരാത്തത്. ഒരു രസമില്ല പുള്ളിയുടെ കളി. എടാ നെറ്റിലായതോ? എൻ്റെ ആണോ? അല്ല എൻ്റെ അല്ല, പുള്ളിയുടെ ആണ്. റോഡിനകത്ത് പണിയായോ? തിരിച്ചിറങ്ങി വരുന്നില്ല റോഡ്രി. ആവാത്തതാണ്, എന്താ അറിയില്ല.
And here's Nedved. Iniesta goes steaming forward.
മിസ്സാ മിസ്.
Nedved. And it's Pirlo. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Bellingham. David Villa. Barcelona are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Now it's Drogba. Delivers with wit.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
That little bit of skill has got him away.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
And the counter is on. Bellingham providing an outlet on that flank. Can he finish?
എന്ത് പുല്ലാടാ കാണിക്കുന്ന അവന്മാര്.
2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. And that is going to be the final action of the first half.
And a quick reminder today to please take all litter to bins located by the entrance gates. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
And the action is back on the way.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal it.
Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. Dealing with the pressure. Not much more than a formality.
decisive as it comes. Spot chosen, spot hit.
We have got ourselves a game here.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
And there's green grass ahead of him. And he's managed to get... Decent chance! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And they've got Reed. And now they can spring out of defence. Mbappe has got himself a free kick. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. No, that was never going to make it. Rodri. Now, can they get him away? He's in a great position here.
എന്താടാ ഓടിയിട്ട് നീങ്ങാത്ത ഇത്?
Oh, that was nice, but
എടാ ഓടിയിട്ട് ഫ്രണ്ടിക്ക് പോകാത്ത പോലെ എന്തുവാ ഇത്?
Well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender. Stay onside.
And it's Neymar. Iniesta. Tries to pass it through, and he's picked out the run. Costa Curta. Salah. It's a promising run he's making on the right.
Barcelona really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And it's Neymar. Well-timed, excellent interception.
Barcelona really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Belly. Nedved. And he cuts out the supply. And it's Neymar. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Dida with the clearance. They're back in possession and ready to go again.
Barcelona really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
That'll be a throw.
മൈഡിലെ കളിയാത്.
Substitution for Barcelona. Number 11, Neymar. Number 13, Suarez. Number
Well, they shouldn't be
21,
dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer
number
and quickly.
20, Mohamed Salah.
There's a
Number
sharp little ball
15,
here.
Iniesta.
No messing about, just
Coming on the
bludgeoned
field,
away.
Number 14,
Board shows there will be 3 extra
number
minutes.
18,
And smartly
Mbappe.
reclaimed.
Number 17, Batistuta.
Ah, such a clever touch. He's having a shot!
Whew.
It's a goal!
Porn.
They have stolen level at the last! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good.
And we're done. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety expecting in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
Comeback, the real comeback.
Thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Oh, really? പിന്നെ 5 പോയിന്റ് അല്ലേ, തോൽക്കേണ്ട കളി തിരിച്ച് കംബാക്ക് എടുത്ത് ഡ്രോ ആക്കി. നല്ല അവൻ വിചാരിച്ചു പോലും കാണില്ല കംബാക്ക് അടിക്കുന്നു. ലാസ്റ്റത്തെ ഗോള് ഒന്നും പറയാനില്ല. ഓ സമാധാനം, നല്ല സമാധാനമായിട്ട്. എല്ലാവരും ഫോം ഔട്ട്. ആരൊക്കെ മാറ്റണം, ആരും മാറ്റാനുള്ള ആളില്ല. റോട്ടിനെ മാറ്റണുള്ളൂ. റോട്ടിന് അടുത്ത കളി ഇറക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞ നല്ല പണിയാണ്. മറ്റേ കാർലോസ് അല്ല, ലെവൻഡോസ്കി ഉണ്ട്. ലെവൻഡോസ്കി ഇറക്കാം. നെക്സ്റ്റിനെ കളിപ്പിക്കാം. സാധാരണ സെക്കൻഡ് ഹാഫിൽ ഇറക്കാം.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And that gets things running. Well, at 6'6", and with that sort of a physique, Jim, Daniel van Belten was only ever going to be a monstrous centre-half, wasn't he?
Yeah, and a very good one at that. The first Belgian, I believe, to become a European champion at club level.
Yes, he was. And to do that, you've got to be pretty handy. And here's Drogba, and back it goes.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. That ball looks a good one. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And here's Drogba, and it's Messi. Out towards the flank. Gives it back. Great ball, and he's in here. Rooney, spread out to the left. Now it's Neymar, and this is Lewandowski. He's picked his way through. It's travelling a long way. Van Belten kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And he cuts out the supply, and it's been given away. Ruben Neves is onto this. Oh, he's found support out wide. And this is real chance!
എന്തുവാണോ അത്?
Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
So we have our breakthrough.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. Iniesta. Shot a goal! It's run loose. Here's a shot!
ഓ,
Oh!
Kante,
Really is a
a
finish
screamer
on
from
the
Kante,
highest
N'Golo
order.
Kante.
And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
That's a good ball. Ruben Neves. And this is Rooney. That looks a cracking ball. But he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now it's Rooney. The pressing's intense and it's paid off.
There will be 1
No,
minute
that was
added
never
time.
going to make it. Iniesta. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time.
Those of you
Some
making their
first
way
half
home on
thoughts?
public
Well, both
transportation
sides would
today,
have
please
expected
watch
a
the screen for
closely
train
fought match,
departure times
and
from
that's
all
pretty
local
much
major
what we've
stations.
got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Barcelona clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be
Neymar!
Oh, Mr. Asha.
And that's caused a worry or two.
very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper. That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
Your
I
Asha.
think if that can be repeated,
Connect
there's
on
a
the
good
ball.
chance of a goal.
The Lewandowski on the head there.
Rijkaard.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He has found the way through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And he's picked it up out wide. Header! He will be livid with himself.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Costa Curta. Not the most accurate pass. Iniesta. Now Neymar. Oh, that's fabulous. Knocks it into space. And he's picked out the run. He's shifting through the gears here. Good claim. No margin for error there. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Nicely aimed pass. And he's worked it through. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. He's having a go! And we have our very first corner. Defending of the desperate variety. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Barcelona have their second corner now.
ശ്ശെടാ. ശ്ശെ. ഇനി ഫുള്ള് ഡ്രോയിലേക്ക് കളി പോകുന്നു. സ്കോർ ചെയ്യണം, എന്തായാലും സ്കോർ ചെയ്യണം, വേറെ വഴിയില്ല.
Number 7, Ruben Neves. Number 14, Ronaldinho. Number 6, Didier Drogba. Coming on the field, number 24, De Bruyne. Number 15, Zico.
Cleared without hesitation.
Fernando Torres. Substitution
And it's
taking
Van
place.
Basten. Might be danger here. Oh, and again!
ശ്ശേ.
Nagatomo gets rid without sophistication.
പക്ഷെ കക്കയ്ക്ക് ഇടേണ്ട ബോളായിരുന്നു അല്ലേ വാൻ ബ്യൂട്ടൻ. കക്കയ്ക്ക് ഇട്ടാൽ മതിയായിരുന്നു.
Third corner of the game.
കക്ക അവിടെ ഫ്രീ ആയിട്ട് ബോളായിരുന്നു. പക്ഷെ മാറിപ്പോയി.
Looking for the run.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Now it's Batistuta. Kaka. Iniesta.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time.
എടാ പോലടാ.
Indicated.
Conte looking to add to his goal. Looking to play him in. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
ശ്ശേ.
And
ഡ്രോ,
that will be
വീണ്ടും
it.
ഡ്രോ.
A draw and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts. Highly entertaining until the very end. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, neither
Just a
side
quick
could get over the line
announcement, it is
here.
now time
Perhaps
for our
one
special
team
lottery.
might be happier,
Please grab
but
the tickets you were
at the
given
final
when you walk
reckoning,
in
it's
through the
honours
gates.
even and no complaints.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
ശ്ശേ. ഇതൊന്നും കുഴപ്പമില്ല. ആ 5-5 പോയിന്റ് വെച്ച് ഡിഗ്രീസ് ആയിക്കൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. ഇനി ഇവിടുന്ന് ഒരു കളി ഒറ്റ തോൽവി 30 പോയിന്റ് ഒന്നിച്ച് വന്നു. Hi, hi. Hi, hello. Hi, bro. No text. Hi, hi, hello.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So that's got things underway. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
Time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary, and we've come to expect the extraordinary from him.
We have.
Threads one in, and he cuts out the supply. Well, the idea was a good one, the execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now it's Kaka, he can run onto that, he's picked his way through, and a chance! Well, that is commitment to the cause. Inter Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Messi goes short. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Casillas breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. And it's Iniesta. And he's in on goal. And the finish! And he's really put himself on the line here.
Bro, ഇല്ല ബ്രോ, ഇന്ന് ഫ്രണ്ട്ലി ഇല്ല. ഇന്ന് ഫ്രണ്ട്ലി കളിക്കായിരുന്നു ഈ സമയത്ത്. ഞാൻ റാങ്ക് 1 ഡിവിഷൻ 1 എത്താൻ വേണ്ടിയുള്ള ഒരു ട്രയങ്ങിലാണ്, അതുകൊണ്ടാണ്. വാൻ ബ്യൂട്ടൻ ഹെഡ് ചെയ്യലാ.
And he's taking no chances there. And now they can spring out of defence. Not the most accurate pass. Played out wide. And here's Neymar. Gets into some space. Barcelona have their second corner now.
ഷടാ. കേട്ടിക്കടാ.
And he's managed to get rid. Neymar going face to face with his great rival.
Wow, look who's involved.
Spread neatly. Pickford claims it, safe hands. Still goalless. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And this is Messi. And the shot!
നല്ല ബോളാണ്, നല്ല ബോൾ.
Inter! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, that's
നെയ്മറിന്റെ മിസ് പാസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാണ്, പക്ഷെ നെയ്മറിന്റെ പാസ് ഇജാതി ഒരു ഊള പാസ്, പവർ ഇല്ലാത്തൊരു.
Inter Milan have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
He's through, now is he in? Oh, super ball.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Iniesta. And this is Neymar. And this is Luis. Luis Suarez! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Barcelona really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Corner number 3 coming up. He gets big. He's
Right,
missed, but not by that
brother.
far.
Drogba is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And the first half is done. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Here we go again.
Barcelona can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
ഇതൊന്നുമല്ല വാസ ഇത് കുറച്ച് മുന്നേ കൊടുത്താണെങ്കിൽ ആ ഗോൾ വരില്ലായിരുന്നു.
Referee's given a throw. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Messi. Now it's Drogba. And this is Luis Suarez. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And this is and Messi! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Messi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Messi.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it...
Could be danger here! Kaka. Kante is the guilty party there. That's good vision. Messi. Well, that looks a decent ball. That's been slipped through. And he's managed to get free. Earned a few nods of approval
Hi bro,
from
hi.
the bench.
Latif bro, hi.
So their fourth quarter of the game. Oh, smashing header! And the lead stays intact, just.
He really didn't cover himself in any glory. His finishing let him down when he needed it most.
Substitution for Barcelona. Number 13, Suarez.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Drogba. Number 11, Neymar. Coming on the field.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Mbappe. Number 19, Wilshere. Substitution.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Now it's Messi, and he plays one through. It could be in here.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Well seen, saw that coming. He read that
So
really well and stopped it.
Romani back slide.
Foot in. Plays a sharp little ball here.
Has been indicated.
Oh, he's been caught napping.
Oh,
And surely that does it. Perfect time. Decisive strike. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable, but undone by an opponent who simply did a better job.
Just a quick announcement.
How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited and deserved to be.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
കളി ജയിക്കണം. ഇനിയുള്ള ഒരു കളിയും തോൽവിയില്ല. ഓൺലി വിൻ. അതാണ് നമ്മുടെ ലക്ഷ്യം.
Well, what a sight this is. The
Hi
colour,
bro,
the
hi.
choreography, the camaraderie.
Manu bro,
The
hi,
fans have
hi.
pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary,
അപ്പോൾ ആദ്യമായിട്ട്
and
ഫാൻ്റെ
we
കാണുന്ന
should be in for
സ്ഥലത്ത്
something
സബ്ബേക്ക്
very
സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യും.
special.
എല്ലാ ദിവസവും ഇവിടെ
Well, we're
ലൈവ്
underway.
ഉണ്ടാവുന്നതാണ്. എല്ലാ ദിവസവും വന്നത്തെ
So,
തന്നെ
Jim,
കളി.
tell me this,
പക്ഷേ
who are
പിന്നെ
you looking for in
ലാസ്റ്റ് ദിവസം
particular here?
ആയതുകൊണ്ടാണ്.
Yeah,
ഡിവിഷൻ മാച്ച്
Kylian
ലാസ്റ്റ് ദിവസം
Mbappe.
ആയതുകൊണ്ടാണ്
There's
റാങ്ക് പുഷ്
nothing more
നോക്കിയത്.
frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head
എടാ
that's
എല്ലാവർക്കും
required
കിട്ടിയടാ റൈറ്റ്
to
കാർഡ്.
pick a
എനിക്ക്
spot
മാത്രമേ കിട്ടാത്തത്.
and finish
അവസാനം
everything
ഒറ്റ
off.
കാർഡ് ബാക്ക് ബാലൻസ് ഉള്ളത്
I think
റൈറ്റ്
the
കാർഡ്.
opposition defence agreed too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Messi going face to face with his great
ഇതിൻ്റെയൊക്കെ
rival.
ഡ്രിബിങ് സ്കില്ലൊക്കെ
Oh, some
പോടാ.
tackle that.
പുതിയ കാർഡൊക്കെ വന്നപ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ കയ്യിലുള്ള കാർഡ് ഭയങ്കര നൗട്ടി ചെയ്തു.
And it's Lewandowski. Messi. And he welcomes it in. Cannavaro deals with that comfortably. Raul. De Bruyne. That's been cut out, well played. Looks to the other side.
That's a great ball cross-field.
And here's Drogba. Can he get it through? Great chance!
ഓ സൂപ്പർ ഗോളാ.
Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. They
നല്ല
forced
ഗോളാണ്.
the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Baresi defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And that pass just didn't quite work. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. That's good play. It's Neymar!
Wow, second goal.
They are
Long
really
ball,
purring here,
bro.
and
And
they will
the
extend
counter, kick
their lead
counter,
in the blink of an eye.
position means
The
tactics
lightness of
kick
step,
counter
the
കളിക്കുന്നു.
sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and
Long
entertainment.
ball
What
ഉള്ള
a
ban
lovely
ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല.
moment.
Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been
Oh,
established.
there I got it. Oh, my God,
But
vision.
beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Knocks it into space. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Another pass just keeps it ticking over. He's a sharp little ball here. He's found
Oh,
it.
goal.
Ante!
Sha.
He scores! Deep into first half stoppage time, a crucial goal. The purest possible contact. What a fabulous strike.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much.
And there is the half-time whistle. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. Caution certainly not on the agenda.
For both sides.
I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Barcelona are up by the odd goal in 3, just about shading things at the break. So we're
Okay,
straight
it's a
back
corner.
at it at the start of the second half.
ഇത് സ്കോർ ചെയ്യണടാ. നല്ല ഹെഡർ ഗോൾ ആയ
And we have our very first corner. Raul tries to clear. Spain have the chance to go the other way. Delivers the ball.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
And the pass is intercepted. And here's Messi. And it's Conte. Might be danger here. It's Drogba!
ഷേ
Wow!
എജ്ജാതി ഗോള്.
That is Didier Drogba. He's got
ഹായ് ബ്രോ,
himself an
മിസ്റ്റർ ബ്രോ. ഹായ് ഹായ്
absolute peach.
ബ്രോ ഫ്രം തിരുപ്പൂർ അല്ലേ?
A 2-goal lead and they're firmly in control. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, there's only one team in it at the moment, and the question is, will they be happy to sit on this?
It's played through for him. Great, and the
ഷേ
shot!
സിമ്പിൾ ഗോളാണ്.
It's a goal!
നൈസ് അറ്റാക്കിംഗ്.
Close to certain as can be.
Mbappe
Okay,
really
ഒരു goal
can't
കൂടി ഉണ്ട്.
believe his luck. He
അത്
was
തിരിച്ചു
allowed
കളിക്കാൻ
so
നമുക്ക്.
much room when he should have been boxed in.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now. All of a sudden, this one's totally up for grabs.
Iniesta!
Okay, it's a corner.
It's their second corner of the game. Terrific
ഷാ
header.
മിസ്സടാ.
That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
A poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. And here's Lewandowski. Oh, this is a great position. Oh, what? And Messi! It's bounced back off the post. Looking for options for movement.
മെസ്സിക്ക് ഭാഗ്യമില്ലടാ,
Did he get
മെസ്സിക്ക്
on the end of this?
ഭാഗ്യമില്ലടാ.
Bastoni kept his eye on it, and he's there. Messi,
ഒന്നുകൂടെ നോക്കി മെസ്സിയുടെ ഭാഗ്യം.
facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And it's made its way to him.
Barcelona clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Azar. And it's Wilshere. And it's Conte. Tries to play it through. Rice. Great vision. That is a great pick out. Casillas gets it clear. Now it's Batistuta. Well, that looks a decent ball. He's shifting through the gears here.
Barcelona really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out for them.
Azar. And he was quick to react. And this is Batistuta. Shot riveting. It's loose and there's a race for the
ആ
ball.
പുള്ളി എന്തോ സേവാളാട്ടോ ഈ കളി.
That's the final
ഒക്കെ ഇപ്പൊ
whistle.
കളി തന്നെ നോക്കിയിട്ടില്ലേ.
Barcelona have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference.
ഓക്കെ ഇപ്പൊ അടുത്താരോ ഗ്രൗണ്ടിന്റെ കളറും കൊണ്ട് ജേഴ്സി വെച്ചിട്ട് വല്ലാത്ത ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടാണ്.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So that's got things underway. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, a player that's very much moulded in the role of the traditional Spanish number 5 is Rodri. He certainly has the sort of physique that would allow him to do the job. He has both the muscle and the brains to provide the creative and defensive support whenever necessary.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt.
Okay, it's another corner.
It's their second corner of the game. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. They want to be quick to recover this.
It's another corner.
Put himself on the line here.
Back-to-back corners were the goal score
Have
on
their third corner. Cannavaro is there, and he can get that clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. And this is Hazard. He's shifting through the gears here. And he was alert to it. And that has been clubbed away. Hazard going full tilt down the left. And he welcomes it in. And he's managed to get rid. And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, he's found support out wide. It's a promising position. Ball driven towards. Terrific header. Oh, it's fallen loose again.
Sure.
And it's a goal. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Spread out to the left. Oh, Red, nice interception. Tries to pass it through. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And he's taking no chances there. And it's Iniesta. Oh, good-looking ball. Beckham. That's been slipped through. He's picked his way through. Goes for a shot! It's a loose ball.
Barcelona certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
And here's Drogba.
That's good play from him.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
He had a chance to offload that left, so...
He's had a shot!
Has been indicated.
That has not gone well. Can he get it through? Pulisic! And Beckham! And he was there to get a vital touch. And the referee brings the first half to a close. been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and
Yeah, bro.
inventiveness, perhaps the only things
Bro,
lacking.
win 1000.
And
Yeah, you
now,
don't get any
please
points for
turn
stating
towards
the obvious,
screen
Peter,
for
but
a
thankfully
special
this is still
presentation
very
featuring our
savable.
guest
Keep
Sure,
things
man,
simple,
sure.
keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
substitution.
And the action is back on the way.
Barcelona really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
In once more. Keeper has taken decisive action. Rivaldo.
Rivaldo really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
That has been slung wide. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. And it's Messi. Luis Suarez. And they've got rid.
ഇവന്മാരെ കൊണ്ടൊന്നും പറ്റില്ലടാ.
And they've got a throw. And it's managed to gift it back. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
That is good alertness. Conte. Barcelona looking to pass their way through. Pedri. Knocks it into space. In with the challenge. And here's Suarez. And that pass just didn't quite work.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed... Tries a shot! Oh, that wasn't far away.
Nothing wrong with the idea. Inches away.
Roberto Carlos. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
75 minutes on the clock now. Pedri. Roberto Carlos makes the interception. Iniesta. Hazard. Now it's Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez! Oh, it's fallen kindly here.
പക്ഷെ ഒന്ന് ഷോട്ടിൽ വെച്ചുകൂടോ.
Come back to haunt them.
That was extremely good focus from the keeper, and it could turn out to be quite a significant moment.
The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
It's a pretty loose pass. Conte, and it's Messi. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
And that is that. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able.
ശ്ശെ. ഫുഡ് കഴിച്ചിട്ടാണ്. ബ്രോ ഇല്ല ബ്രോ, ഇന്ന് ഫ്രണ്ട്ലി ഇല്ല, ഓൺലി റാങ്ക് പുഷ്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഫുഡ് കഴിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നതുകൊണ്ട് ഇത് സെറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചിട്ട് പോവാം. ബ്രോ നാളെ പോയ ബ്രോ, നാളെ കളിക്കാം. ഇത്ര ദിവസം ഫ്രണ്ട്ലി ആയിരുന്നു ബ്രോ, ഫ്രണ്ട്ലി മാച്ച് ആയിരുന്നു. പിന്നെ
Well, what a sight
വേറെ
this
ഓപ്ഷൻ
is.
ഇല്ല
A
എനിക്ക്.
beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And already we're underway here. So, Jim, would you say that this formation has become the norm in recent years? Climbs up big!
Peter, I think there's a good chance that opposition strikers today will have their work cut out with Vitor Baia, simply because he's been a high achiever all through his career, and that winning mentality remains very, very strong.
Cristiano Ronaldo! Good try, very good try in fact.
Well, I think he's surprised himself how he managed not to hit the target then. He seemed to believe it was going in.
De Arrascaeta. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Neymar. Cristiano Ronaldo. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to...
Can he finish? Neymar. Aimed beyond the defence. That's a cute ball. And this is Lewandowski. Now the delivery. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Now it's De Arrascaeta. Guardiola. And here's Suarez. And it's lofted through here. And he's onside. In it comes. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Now it's Bruno Enrique. Played out to the left flank. Now it's Luis Araujo. Showing good feet. He's picked his way through. Pulgar. He's played it back.
Modern football for you.
He's tried one! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
De Arrascaeta is offering a right smile there.
Guardiola. Now it's Lewandowski. Great vision.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
There is the half-time whistle. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So, no breakthrough from either side. 0-0 after 45 minutes of action.
As it's time to announce today's winning lottery numbers.
Gets things going for the second half.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Luis Araujo. Tries to play it through. Bastoni gets across to intercept that. De Arrascaeta. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Neymar. Can he get on the end of this? Flings in across. He's got full. Still waiting for the game to take off here. 0-0. Bruno Enrique. Nicely spread. And the return pass. De Arrascaeta. Guardiola did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Now it's Lewandowski. Now that looks a decent ball. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Over to the left. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Bruno Enrique. That has been slung wide. Pulgar. Luis Araujo. Now it's Lewandowski. Ronaldo providing an outlet on that flank. That is lovely. And he whips it in. And he can clear it away.
Barcelona really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
And here's Suarez. Now it's Odegaard. Odegaard! And the ball's come loose. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Ball comes in.
Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it may be at a price.
Now it's Bruno Enrique. That's a good ball out wide.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
He's having a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Substitution for Flamengo. Number 10. Josiane
Flamengo
Arrascaeta.
have turned to their bench, and we're going to have a substitution.
Number
Neymar.
18. De La Cruz.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, a decent goal, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
ബ്രോ സൺ ബ്രോ ഹായ് ഹായ് ബ്രോ ഇന്ന് ഫ്രണ്ട്ലി ഇല്ല ബ്രോ. എങ്ങനെയൊരു റാങ്കില് ഡിവിഷൻ 1 എത്താൻ നോക്ക് ട്രൈ ചെയ്തോണ്ടിരിക്കുക. ഇതേ മൂഞ്ചി വൺ മൂഞ്ചിൽ
Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's away we go then.
In Paul's goals, we have a player who can pull all the strings in midfield, one of England's best ever.
So unsung, but utterly appreciated by those he plays with.
Yeah, simply a master of passing, Peter. His ability to know what's going on around him at any given time makes him such a clever and hugely capable danger in this team. That's just playing it safe and simple.
And here's Forlan, and he's running through. Header! No, not the best of headers.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Iniesta. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Searching pass he's played there. And the shot!
കൊള്ളാടാ കൊള്ളാം നല്ല കൊള്ളാടാ.
There is the breakthrough!
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made...
It's Forlan!
ഓ തിരിച്ചിട്ടടാ അവൻ.
It's in! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Mohamed Salah! And he's really put himself on the line here. Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. And now a sudden chance to counter. Mohamed Salah, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Can he finish? More pressure on the opposition goal.
They're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
It's their second corner of the game. Drogba! And with the goal at his mercy, a dreadful miss. Oh,
What a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
And here's Drogba. Takes the shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Corner number 3 coming up. Oh, what a climb! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Great run on the overlap here. In towards the back stick. Cleared away. Looking for the run. Good ball over the top. Casillas clears it away. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed.
He's having a shot! Guardiola is there to clear. Costa Curta. Bastoni. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Great ball, real chance!
എടാ കറണ്ട് പോയടാ.
Taken with style. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Well, one moment you...